Before we even dive into this parole hearing, let's just pause and think about the type of crime we're dealing with. This isn't some small-time shoplifting case. This is a woman accused of taking money from people who had literally just lost everything in Hurricane Ida. Homes gone, lives shattered, and she's out here, allegedly promising to rebuild while pocketing the funds. That's not just theft. That's betrayal at its deepest level. You'll hear her side soon, but I want you to pay attention to how she talks about it. The way she frames her actions will tell you if there's any real remorse here, or just a performance to get out early. Because parole boards, they've seen it all. But this case, right here, will make you wonder if some people are simply wired to run the same scam again the moment they get the chance.
This money that she's saying she gave to other people for other things, she didn't. Because everything that we gave, I was helping her at the time, and I'm the one helped bring her down. She might not know it, but she knows it now. Because when I found out what she was doing, I don't believe in that. And I don't think, every time she's done it, she's done this more than one time. She's done it in Texas, she's done it in Lake Charles, and she's done it in here. She denies it every time.
Misty Foley, 418-135.
Okay, Ms. Foley, you're here today for a parole hearing. Your parole date was 2/28/25. Your good time date is 2/27/26, and your full term date is 8/27/32. You were given a total of 10-year sentence for theft, forgery, and theft. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Foley. Tell me, why do you think we should let you out today? What did you do and why should we let you out?
What have I done since I've been incarcerated?
Ma'am, first tell me what did you do to get yourself incarcerated?
Oh,
And then tell me what you've done since you've been incarcerated.
okay. I was charged with theft of and monetary goods. I just, things got out of hand, and I didn't handle the things that I handle money the way I should have. In a timely manner. I was overwhelmed, and I take full responsibility for that.
So what was your charge? What were you doing? You were scamming people?
No, well, I wasn't scamming people. But I did take money from people, and I did not do the things that I had promised them in a timely manner. I used the money for other things.
Okay, what you use the money for?
I used the money to buy diesel, and I used the money I gave money to people that, needed things that weren't part of what I had promised.
Okay.
I gave money, for.
Okay, did you catch that? She's admitting she took the money and didn't follow through. But notice the spin. She's framing it as being overwhelmed and having poor timing, almost like it was a scheduling issue, not an outright deception. That's a classic minimization tactic. The parole board is trying to pin down the facts. Were you scamming people? And she says no, right after describing the exact actions that fit the definition of a scam. This is where credibility starts slipping, because if you can't even name the crime honestly when you're already serving time for it, how can anyone trust you outside? It's like admitting you borrowed someone's car permanently, but insisting it wasn't theft. That subtle language choice isn't just semantics, it's a peek into mindset. And mindset is exactly what parole boards are trained to read between the lines.
To other families when I should have taken care of the families that I had promised to take care of first.
Were you doing any drugs or any alcohol?
No, sir, I've never done drugs.
Okay. And why do you think, what have you done since you've been in prison?
I've taken the time to work. I've been the chaplain's trustee. I was on the yard crew in Tallulah. I kept asking to get into any and all classes, but they told me I wasn't eligible until a certain date. I was I was 2 years of my sentence, I was pre-trial. I've came to work release. I'm a forklift driver at Berry's Plastics. I work 140 hours every 2 weeks. I lost my father a month before my sentencing. And that's I want to get home to help my mom financially and support and, her grief and give me time to start my grieving process.
Okay.
I'm going to continue with my job if I'm able to if I'm able to keep that job, being that it's in Monroe. If not, I have a job, 2 different job opportunities. I have a job at Turner Industries in the refineries in Lake Charles, or I can go back to working for McDonald's. I was a manager there and my job's been offered back to me.
Okay. All right. Now we're
But
gonna.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to be living with my mother and grandmother.
Okay. We have, Mr. Quint Lanier, a
Minor.
big nephew. Mr. Lanier, what do you have to tell us? You're on mute, Mr. Lanier.
All right, what I want to say is, when she was down here, she would do alcohol. She said she wasn't on drugs and alcohol, but she did alcohol. She took money, over $200,000 from a population of 3,300 people, and she took money from several people to rebuild homes that they had to put up so much money. My uncle had to put up $17,000.
That's not true.
Do not interrupt while he's speaking. Keep going, sir.
So my uncle put money up. Another guy that I'm speaking for is Tracy Lacoste. He put money up. The other people put money up, okay? This money that she's saying she gave to other people for other things, she didn't. Because everything that we gave, I was helping her at the time, and I'm the one helped bring her down. She might not know it, but she knows it now. Because when I found out what she was doing, I don't believe in that. And I don't think, every time she's done it, she's done this more than one time. She's done it in Texas, she's done it in Lake Charles, and she's done it in here. She denies it every time. Here we are back in hurricane season 3 days ago, January 1st, and it's time for her to be looking at parole. And what's going to happen if we get a hurricane and she goes to another distribution center and scams all these people again?
Sir,
So
what was she doing? You said you asked her, I mean, you knew what she was doing. What was she doing?
at first, she was just doing food distribution and stuff to help the people in the community. That I cannot deny. She's done a great job.
Mhm.
And then she got greedy and started to try to help people rebuild their houses. Okay, so she went to the people, and I think she had help, and she didn't want to throw nobody else under the bus, but she went to the ones that couldn't read and write really, and she talked them into giving her money, and they would get a new house out of it because they had to pay 1/3. Samaritan's Purse would pay 1/3, and another group would pay 1/3. And then she kept telling them, well, your house is in Homer. Like my uncle, she'd say, your house is in Homer. We just got to wait for the permit. We got to wait for this. The house was never, ever. Because I went to Minnesota to talk to these people, and they don't even know Misty Foley.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your statement.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ms. Foley, I read your case thoroughly, and that is what happened. It was a natural disaster. You were getting money from people promising that what was it y'all call it? The pastor's army would help and get the money. You know, you were on supervision, you were released in 7/5/22. You were returned in 2/26/24 because of a new felony conviction. How long totally have you served on the 10 years?
He's on mute.
You're on mute. Unmute, please.
Can you unmute yourself?
I think he did it
Okay, how many years did you serve?
3 years
Okay,
on
3
the
years.
12th.
Oh, okay. And I do want to state for the record that there were numerous other victims opposed, Melanie and Vivian Burnett, Kayla Bowie, Jeanette and Samuel Small. You know, so, I just wanted to know that, and then all law enforcement is opposed. I have no further questions. Any of my
I have no questions.
No questions. Think it's time to vote, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, my vote is, to deny. This is a terrible offense happening when people couldn't take it the most. And, you have a history since 1998. All you've ever done is issue worthless checks or scam people. So my vote is to deny.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
And I concur also, as of 10:58 this morning, on June the 3rd of 2025, that your parole request has been denied.
Thank you.
And here we are at the end, and let's be honest. Did you hear a single sentence in there that showed genuine accountability? Because I didn't. We heard about being overwhelmed, about giving money to other people, but not a clear, full acceptance of the damage done. The parole board saw the same thing, and that's why they denied her release. Good. Some crimes aren't just about money, they're about trust. And once that's gone, especially in disaster recovery, the harm runs deeper than any bank account. Cases like this are why communities need people willing to speak up, even against family, to stop repeat predators. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit that like button so more people see it. Subscribe for more real-life courtroom and parole hearing analysis, and let me know in the comments. Would you ever trust someone like this to run a charity again?